Every time I'm down, yeah, you make me smile. You're the solution. You are, you are, you are, you are, you are, you are, you are. You are the solution. You are the solution. You are, you are, you are.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for coming back. It's been a while since I've been sitting down and filming and making videos. With this whole pandemic and just everything going on, I'm sure you guys know, it's been insane. Sometimes you just need to like prioritize things and see where your time needs to be spent. But I'm back today, and what I want to talk about really quickly, I want to try and keep this fairly brief and just like really simple tips that you can take with you to help with grocery shopping and planning a list, and then also your actual meal prep for the week or throughout the week. If you want to make those things a little more consistent in your life, let me help you jot down some of these tips and take them with you this weekend into next week. Okay, so honestly, one of like the first things I would think about when you're going into maybe Saturday or Sunday, whenever you like to do your grocery shopping before your meal prep, is think about any specific meals or snacks that you want to have for the week. Oftentimes, if you're just headed to the grocery store with no plan, no thoughts on any meals, foods, snacks, it can be like overwhelming. It can also be just like really unorganized. You just like grab a bunch of stuff and you're like, what the heck do I even have? So sometimes I do it that way. I don't always, just because I've been like doing this so long. Sometimes I don't always have a plan. But for example, the one week we were like, okay, we want to do salmon and corn on the cob and potatoes and wax beans or whatever. And then another plan for that week was to do the cauliflower spaghetti. We got a spaghetti sauce. And then it could even be planning like a taco night, make your own pizza night. If you're trying to do something fun on the weekend but not go out and dine out, you can do something like that. So just kind of like planning those things in advance. What snacks are you feeling this week? Do you want to do yogurt and granola and berries? Like, you can kind of think and plan ahead a little bit that way. Then what I would do from there, after generating some ideas for meals and snacks, is start a list. You can literally just use your phone, type it in there under notes. If you like it old school and you want to write down a piece of paper, I know I'm like kind of like that. It's weird. Tell me if you're the same way, but I like to write it down. So grab a piece of paper. You can literally break it down and be like, maybe you break it down by those meals at the top. You want to do tacos, you want to do cauliflower pasta, and then you want to do salads or something. And you can kind of write that down and then break it down. What proteins are you going to need? You know, what carbs do you need for those things? What veggies do you want to buy? So you can kind of break it down like that on your list. And you don't have to stick to it completely, but at least you have a rough idea of something that you can follow as you're going throughout the store, and you're not just like aimlessly wandering and throwing things in your cart, which will also help you save money. But then also kind of like a side note, while you are making that list and kind of generating ideas, think about your meals in the rules of twos or threes. So you can think about like, what 2 or 3 proteins do you want to have this week? What 2 or 3 carb sources would you like to have? And then what 2 or 3 veggies would you like to prepare? So I like to kind of like switch it up. So maybe it's spring mix for salads. Maybe it's the big carrots that you can chop up and cook. And then maybe it's cucumbers that you can use for snacks, like stuff like that. So it's not all like I'm roasting all 3 vegetables. You could even do frozen veggies on backup in case you do need another veggie for like dinner meal or something like that. That same thing you can plan and then kind of help make your list. So now going into, once you've done your grocery shopping, you can kind of prep in that same way. So look at the proteins, the carbs, the veggies, whatever you got, look at what needs to be prepped, and then start with things that you know take a while to cook. So it's like, maybe it's potatoes, you know they're going to take 45 minutes in the oven or whatever it may be. Try to do those things on the weekends because they take more time. By the time you get home at 6:30, 7 p.m., maybe after work, after working out, you're not going to want to throw those things in the oven for that long and then eat it, because chances are you're probably starving. You'll eat a bunch of stuff in the meantime, and then by the time you have your dinner, you're just going to be like over it. So try and prepare the things that you know take a little bit longer, or what you need to take with you to work. So any lunch foods, snacks, stuff like that. Don't forget, sauces, seasonings, and the way you prepare things makes such a difference. Also the way you reheat things, if you have an air fryer, those are all helpful ways like you can kind of spice it up each week and change it up. Some of my favorite hacks that aren't just like your typical meal prep, you know, like cook your meats, cook your veggies, yada yada. Some of my favorite hacks are pre-slicing and cutting any raw veggies and fruits. So maybe you buy a thing of strawberries, maybe you buy a cucumber and I don't know, a watermelon. How many times have you had those things go to waste just sitting on the counter or sitting in the fridge? Like, we all have. It happens to all of us. What I started doing to kind of combat that is if I get a thing of strawberries, I try to early in the week just chop those up and put them in a container. That way the top's already sliced off. They're ready to go. If I want to have my yogurt, I just pour some in and then I'm good to go. It makes everything a lot more accessible that way. Same thing with frozen veggies. If you have a cucumber and it just sits in there not cut up, it's going to be probably there at the end of the week. So just slice it up. Another tip on meal prep is, now this is going to all depend on you and your preference. I don't like to meal prep individual meals and have them ready throughout the week. It doesn't work, A, for Mark and I in the same house. B, I just don't like being on that strict and like already planned out type of routine. I like to cook things in bulk and then just have them in their containers in the fridge, and then I can go in and kind of create a meal from what we have. So maybe you go in, you have all these things bulk prepared, and you grab your sausages and you grab your roasted carrots and you grab your sweet potatoes. So you kind of have like the ability to mix and match. Maybe the next night it's rice and broccoli and salmon. So like you have that ability to change it up. I don't like being weighed down and, you know, having those meals planned out the week in advance. Another thing you can do is individually prep like serving sizes of snacks. So maybe you want to have pretzels and hummus or something like that. You can use like stasher bags or reusable silicone bags and kind of like prepare those things. Maybe it's just like 2 or 3 for the week. That way you can grab those and they're a lot easier too. You compare them something with like the individual hummus cups or guacamole cups. Those are really easy and good. So then just like also a couple of ways that you can save money shopping and just with food and food prep in general. Number one would be to buy in bulk. It is not as convenient, but it also will save you money. So a great example is rice. If you buy one of the big bags of rice, it'll save you so much money, but you do need to actually cook it, which can take a little bit longer. If you're somebody that doesn't care about the price and you want conveniency and speed, you can buy the individual rice packs, you pop them in the microwave for 1:30 and boom, you're done. So you gotta kind of weigh out what you would prefer and what matters more to you. Time, money, meet in the middle. Make sure you shop the sales. So at our local Quakertown Whole Foods, that's where we normally always go grocery shopping. When you walk in, there's a flyer immediately at the front. It tells you what's on sale for that week. A lot of it is in the produce and veggie section, but then also just like snacks and some of the other foods throughout the aisles. And it's just really good to kind of scan that first and see what sales do we want to take advantage of and try maybe something new that week. Another thing you can save on and also just have for backup and anytime you need it is stuff like frozen veggies and frozen fruits. Great for smoothies. Frozen veggies are great backup. You can add to dinners, lunches, whenever you need something quick and maybe you don't have something cooked. And then go in with your list so that you don't deter from that too much throughout. And then you could even go to 2 stores if you need to. So we have a store called a grocery outlet where you can get more of your like boxed foods, and you can get things like Vans waffles or whatever that are highly on sale. Sometimes it's like seasonal flavors or stuff like that, but you can shop sales there. If you do that, I would suggest going to those places first, see what you can get, and then go to your regular store and kind of fill out the rest of your list. And then, like I said before, add your favorite sauces, add seasonings, don't be afraid to spice it up. I hope those were quick tips that help you guys either with the shopping process, the planning, or just a little bit of the prepping. I could go into much more detail about actually preparing food, but I'd rather probably honestly just show you. So just kind of me sitting down, those are some things that can help you. If you have any questions, let me know. I am a nutrition coach along with my sister. We take on one-on-one clients. So if you have any more questions about that or you're interested in working with me, you can always click my email in the description box down below, send me a message and we can chat about what that might look like. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're hanging in there during this crazy time. Shit just keeps getting crazier and then it's fine and then it's crazy again, and I'm just like, 2020 is a wild ride. So hang in there, prioritize yourself. Remember, self-care doesn't always look like lounging in a bath with candles around. Sometimes it does, but a lot of times you just have to check in with yourself. Are you having enough water? Are you fueling your body with nutrient-dense foods? Are you moving your body, exercising, walking? So remember to take care of yourself. Have a good rest of your day whenever you're watching this, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!